This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you. I'm Rebecca Smith.
And I'm Bill Bryant, and we're glad you're with us. It is Tuesday, February 9th. You're a little proud Mary here to get us going this morning, right?
Yes. You know, we're jamming out here. Hope you're making the best of this snowy situation. Now at 6 a.m., Kentucky will return millions of dollars to the federal government because of the governor's decision to dismantle Connect.
Also on WKYT, cleanup continues on Lake Cumberland, where several marinas were damaged during the last big round of snow.
Take it slow on your morning commute. Many roads around central Kentucky still covered in snow.
I think if there's good news about the 7-day forecast, I know we have a chance every single day, but the good news is no real big chance at a big snow, okay? Light snowmakers rolling around. The bad news, cold temperatures, and we'll talk about that coming up.
Okay, a lot going on and a lot of closings that we have right now.
Yeah, there are new school closings coming into our newsroom this morning, including several in central Kentucky.
Here's the latest. Madison, Scott, Franklin, Jessamine, and Bourbon counties are all closed today. In fact, we have more than 100 closings this morning, also including Laurel and Pulaski counties down in southern Kentucky. You can find our complete list at WKYT.com. Of course, this is because of the overnight snow. There is school today in Fayette County, though. Again, there will be school in Fayette County. Most of the main roads are clear. It is those neighborhood and side roads that will have some slick spots this morning. You could run into some problems. Let's go out to WKYT's Mark Barber, live in Lexington, with a check on the road conditions. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. And road conditions are for the most part touch and go. You've got your main roads, many stretches there very clear, and then you have roads like this one still covered with snow and ice. This is Potted Place in Hamburg. As you can see, this is not really the road that you want to be spending much time on this morning. Not a lot of salt plows have had time to put the blades down here, put the salt down here. But if you start heading over toward Manawara Main Road there, you see a drastic change. The main concern there is really melting snow creating very wet roadways. That, of course, though, still a lot better than the snowpack that we're seeing on some of these neighborhood roads. Now, you will still see some slick spots on those main roads like Manawara in the turning lanes and in the medians where snow is still piling up a bit. But for the most part, you've got main roads there with long stretches of road that are, for the most part, very clear of snow and very easy to navigate. Now, road crews say they've been out working since 8 o'clock last night, salting and plowing. But they are facing a bit of a challenge because a layer of ice went down before the snow. So it's creating some challenge for the salt to really break through the ice in some of these places, even on those neighborhood streets. Now, crews say that they have really treated the main roads. They are working on those side streets now, and they plan to continue working throughout the day. But again, you still have some of those slick spots, even on those main stretches of road, that are going to slow you down this morning. So if you are heading out the door anytime here in the next few minutes, take another good look at Potted Place here. Take a good look maybe at your driveway, your parking lot, see how much snow you have, maybe how much ice you have, and plan to take a few extra minutes. We'll have another live look at road conditions coming up in another half hour on WKYT. I'm live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. The snow has caused at least one crash in Lexington this morning. Police say a car slid on a snow-covered road and hit a fire hydrant near Industry Road and Eastland Parkway. At one point, water was gushing out of the hydrant onto the road. They've been working to clear that up. Nobody hurt in that.
In Madison County, it's already been an expensive winter. Road crews say one of their trucks blew an engine during the last snowstorm. The county spent about $200,000 on snow-related costs last time around. They have more than enough salt to get them through this snowy week. Well, you can track snow along with the latest traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download it for free in the app or Google Play stores.
And it looks like we're going to have plenty to track here as we finally make our way toward spring, hopefully here soon. Our time is 6:04. This morning we have learned that Kentucky will have to return millions of dollars because of Governor Matt Bevin's decision to dismantle Connect. The news comes just as a new report says Kentucky saw a significant drop last year in the number of people without health insurance. WKYT Sean Moody is working that story for us, joins us from our live desk to explain what that means for Kentucky. Sean?
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Kentucky got a $289 million grant to get Connect going. This is $57 million left over from that grant. Governor Matt Bevin has said since the beginning of his campaign that he would get rid of Connect in favor of moving people over to the federal health exchange. Former Governor Steve Beshear said that would be a mistake to shut down the state exchange, saying it's created lots of jobs here in Kentucky. Bevin has said that Connect is unsustainable and redundant. With Connect gone, people would move over to the Federal Health Care Exchange, and the acting administrator of the Department of Health and Human Services said the state cannot use that grant money to move Kentucky to the Federal Exchange. Now, this news comes at the same time as another report saying that Kentucky has seen a huge drop in the uninsured. Early this morning, the Associated Press said a government report showed Kentucky had the largest drop in the share of uninsured people at 6.5% last year. Governor Bevin's spokesperson told the Associated Press the state would return unused money after the state health exchange is gone. At the live desk, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, Sean, thank you very much. We'll be continuing to follow that story. Investigators in Laurel County say they are looking for the people who stole a school utility truck. The sheriff's office released surveillance pictures of the suspects. Deputies say the thieves broke into a storage building at East Bernstadt Independent School and stole the truck. It was later found about 2 miles away. It had been damaged and was without the tools that were inside.
As the water crisis continues in Flint, Michigan, a couple of women in Richmond are trying their best to help. Katrine Ellington says she felt the need to do something. And now, with the help of Georgia Parks, they're collecting bottled water to donate to folks in Flint. So far, they've collected about 200 cases.
All right, a good deed by them, certainly. Well, the owner of a marina in southern Kentucky that was badly damaged during last winter's storm says he hopes to be open by April.
Heavy snow caused millions of dollars in damage to marinas on Lake Cumberland. Now that all the debris has been removed, the owner of Lee's Ford Marina says there is a silver lining.
The only positive is we are going to wind up with brand new docks. So, you know, for all the pain and trouble and money, heartache, in the end, we're going to wind up with brand new docks, and we're looking forward to a fantastic season.
Hamilton says the marina is now making repairs and building new docks.
All right, looking at the bright side there.
Here's the look around the region as we have on and off snow showers all day long. We had some overnight and into tomorrow morning, and that's going to be the case every single morning. So you're going to be waking up. Some snow-covered roads will be a possibility, especially the secondary roads. Look over toward the east-southeast. It's going to be a tough go at it there, Hal Rogers Parkway. More than likely, the Hal Rogers Parkway, they've knocked out and been able to kind of plow that and put some salt on the roads. But you know what? Some places like Highway 15, if you work your way down 119 in the areas of Harlan and off toward Letcher County, those are areas that could be snow covered. You just got to keep in mind you're going to have to add a few extra minutes to your early morning commute. It took me about 5 to 8 minutes extra to actually get to work this morning just due to taking it slow outside. That's going to be the case. Bluegrass Parkway picking up a few snowflakes, but no big issues over toward the main roads. Here's a look at the main roads before the sun does rise. Just some wet roadways there in Frankfort if they knocked out some of those roads. London, you can see across I-75 looks pretty good, and also Lexington. Haven't heard of any issues on the main roads. But remember, as I was coming in this morning, neighborhoods, back roads, yeah, still some snow-covered roads. It's not much snow, but it's just enough to cause some problems. Slick roads will be in our future every single day, especially during the morning hours. We head off toward Wednesday midweek, more snow, but that bitter cold is not what we need. It funnels on in and just kind of stays for quite some time. And any snow that falls not only will stick, but it will stay until the snow plows come through and knock that out. That's going to be every day. So what does that mean for you? Well, that means that it's going to be a tough go at it going off into work every single day through the rest of the week. It's not as widespread there Thursday, but Friday we pick back up on some snow chances. And not only that, but that means the kids could possibly be home and for the rest of the week in some locations. Some locations it'll be sporadic, but I would go ahead and plan for that, okay? That Arctic cold settles on in. It's not moving anytime soon. That takes us off through the weekend. Not just the weekend, but that's into next week as well. So we start off your Monday next week with some Arctic cold in the forecast, Bill. And look, those snow chances, they do not move anytime soon. I'll say this, for what it's worth, next week, mid to late week, we actually see a big-time warm-up. That's 10 days away. But in those 10 days, leading up to that, You have a snow chance every day, and also those cold temperatures stick with us.
Well, let me make a prediction. It'll be warmer by June, I bet.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, it's 10 days out. We're not talking months, so there you go.
Deal with it for a while here, it looks like.
Thank
you, Micah. 6:09 right now. Every morning we love to bring you weather and traffic together right here, and here is a look at what is happening out there on the roads this morning. And we'll check right now, see what's happening. I don't think we have Officer Don, so we'll check on the situation. You'll see a lot of green right now. That means that the current traffic flow is normal throughout most of the region. That means that the main roads, for the most part, are clear this morning. With no real issues. Of course, you could encounter a slick spot anywhere you are. Keep that in mind. But it is once you move in town that things are a little bit slower. And certainly on the side roads and streets this morning where they have not been touched by those trying to clear out things. It's a 14-minute ride in from Nicholasville. From Richmond right now, it's about a half hour, which is about normal. And a little bit slower there out of Winchester this morning. Several of the schools in the Bluegrass are closed today. However, Fayette County schools are operating normally this morning. WKYT this morning, just getting started, and a lot more news on the way on your Tuesday.
We've got developing news out of Germany. There's been a deadly train crash there. We have new information in 3 minutes.
Voting has started here in New Hampshire in the first in the nation primary. I'm Weijia Zhang with the latest from the campaign trail coming up.
Good morning. It is 6:14 on WKYT this morning. We're glad you're up and at it with us this morning. Snowy out there. Keep that in mind.
Stay careful out there.
That's right. People in New Hampshire have already started casting their votes in the first in the nation primary contest.
Weijia Zhang has the latest from Manchester, New Hampshire.
For John R. Kasich, we have 3.
The tiny community of Dixville Notch was first to vote in the New Hampshire primary and handed victory to John Kasich.
Let's have a big, big victory tomorrow.
But GOP frontrunner Donald Trump is still betting on a big win here. At a rally in Manchester last night, Trump repeated his get out the vote message.
She says, darling, I love you, but I've fallen in love with another man. I don't give a damn. You gotta get out to vote, right?
And mocked Marco Rubio for his so-called robotic performance at Saturday's debate.
Wait. He said that 2 minutes ago. It's the same exact thing. So after the 5th time, I said, what the hell's going on over here?
The Florida senator came under fire again Monday for repeating this line moments apart at the same event.
Jeanette and I are raising our 4 children in the 21st century, and we know how hard it's become to instill our values in our kids. In the 21st century, it's become harder than ever to instill in your children the values they teach in our homes and in our church.
On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton is bracing for a fight to the finish against Bernie Sanders. The Vermont senator already picked up a win in Dixville Notch overnight and is leading Clinton among female voters in the Granite State.
I have a message for all undecided voters. Please vote with your head and your heart.
People are projected to turn out in record numbers to vote despite snow in the forecast. Weijia Zhang, CBS News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
A third of Republican voters are still trying to decide who to vote for. That's according to a recent poll. It's lending a big amount of last-minute uncertainty to really what most can consider a wild campaign.
That it has been a developing world story this morning. Several casualties are being reported after 2 passenger trains have crashed in Germany. The early morning crash happened about 35 miles south of Munich. Rescue efforts are being hampered by the inaccessibility of the area. Police say the scene of the accident is so confusing that they cannot get accurate numbers on the dead and injured. They have raised the death toll now to 8, and at least 150 people are injured. Well, it's going to be party time in Denver. The city will welcome home the Super Bowl champion Broncos today. The party starts this morning with a concert featuring Colorado natives. A parade begins at noon, and that will be followed by a big rally. The last time the Broncos won the Super Bowl was 1999 when they beat Atlanta. They also won the year before that. About 1 million people are expected to hit the streets for the big parade.
Time right now is 6:17. Honda recalling 45,000 redesigned 2016 Civics. The company says the engines can stall while the car is in motion. Dealers in the U.S. can't sell the cars until the problem is fixed. The sky is getting a lot more crowded. The FAA says there are now 325,000 registered drone owners in the U.S. That's more than the number of licensed pilots. The FAA says the number of actual drones is even higher than that because most drone operators have more than one or have not registered. Hollywood played a starring role in the holiday toy wars. Hasbro reported sales of products geared towards boys rocketed 35% compared to last year. That included lightsabers and other toys related to the new Star Wars franchise, as well as products tied to Jurassic World. Sales in the girls sector didn't fare as well, falling 17%. Well, nothing says love quite like coffee and chocolate. Sounds pretty good to me. Starbucks brewing up 3 special chocolate drinks in honor of Valentine's Day: a molten chocolate latte, a chocolate frappuccino, and a molten hot chocolate. That last one sounds pretty good. Those are available through February 14th. Chipotle serving up free burritos after closing down every U.S. store for hours yesterday for food safety training. Because yesterday's nationwide meeting may have disrupted people's lunch plans, Chipotle gave out coupons. You just had to text the word rain check to the fast food company. If you did so, Chipotle says you will get your coupon for 1 free burrito in the coming days. There you go, Bill. All right, for you.
I'm sure they're going to make a big comeback. That's been a terrific chain. Good food. Our time this morning is 6:19. WKYT this morning is just getting started. Is an alligator a deadly weapon? Well, coming up, how one man's prank has landed him in jail on some pretty serious charges.
The cold temperatures have settled in. The bad news is when you have this cold of air, anything that falls is going to stick. It's going to stick around for a while, too. I'll have that with your accumulating snow chances coming up.
Welcome back. It's 6:22 this morning. There are more than 100 school closings and delays on WKYT.com right now.
They keep coming in, and that's what's trending this hour. Road crews are busy this morning trying to get streets cleared for your morning commute. There is school today in Lexington. Again, Fayette County schools are open and are on a normal schedule. The main roads are in pretty good shape for the most part this morning. Watch for slick spots, certainly, and be sure to give yourself some extra time if you're headed out to school or work this morning. Certainly the neighborhood roads are still slick.
Kentucky could have to return more than $57 million in unused grant money because of Republican Governor Matt Bevin's decision to dismantle Connect. The federal government gave Kentucky a $289 million grant to plan and establish it. Bevin's spokesperson says the state will return any unused money.
Meteorologist Micah Harris has a check on the forecast. It is a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day.
Yeah, and we're still seeing the snow showers overnight and into the early morning hours, which means that anything that falls outside obviously will stick. But now that the cold air is rushed in, now we're talking about sticking around for a while. 19 degrees there in Richmond. Back roads, side roads, we've heard of many locations where you still have some snow covering the roads. So just keep in mind, if your kids aren't out of school today or delayed or whatever it may be right now, they may here in the next hour. We'll see how that turns out. You can check that out at WKYT.com with a comprehensive list. 19 degrees there in Lexington, 20 degrees in Lexington, 19 in Richmond. Anywhere you look, it's pretty cold. Light snow, but still adds up as we go through the week. The cold temperatures sticking around too. That will give way to these slick roads. That is a really good bet every single morning. That is your best bet. And you know what? Even toward the afternoon too, we're still looking at least that chance of holding on to some snow showers every single day. And when I say every single day, I'm talking about the next 7 days we have snow issues in the forecast. It's just incredible. I'm going to talk about when we can finally see that move on out, when we actually have some breaks coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thank you. And we're going to kind of think ahead to maybe spring break and summer and the issues that come up then with this next story, right?
Yeah, well, it's nice to think about summer, but not this part of it.
Correct. Experts say that in 2015, the numbers are in, and there were 98 unprovoked shark attacks worldwide. That includes 30 in Florida alone.
Scientists at the Florida Museum of Natural History say that's a record. The previous record was 88 attacks in 2000. The U.S. led the world with 59 attacks. Also in Florida, a man faces charges of assault with a deadly weapon after he threw a 3.5-foot-long alligator through a Wendy's drive-thru.
You probably don't want to do that. Josh James' parents say that he was playing a prank on somebody that he knew who worked at the Wendy's. His parents say that they don't have all of the details about what happened, but they do say that their son's prank was stupid.
They said, will he cooperate? I said, absolutely. He's not a bad kid. He's a stupid kid. He did a stupid prank. He had no problem with turning himself in.
Josh James is also facing charges of unlawful possession and transportation of an alligator. The gator, by the way, was released into a nearby canal. But just keep that in mind, not a good idea to
prank gone wrong, yes.
Exactly. 6:25 in the morning on WKYT. We're delighted you're with us this morning. We have a lot more news to tell you about.
Tracking down the source of a salmonella outbreak in Estill County, what we're learning coming up at 6:30.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $80 million. Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $157 million. Back with our top stories in just a moment on WKYT.